Ooh, what's that? Wow, an ad job. This is interesting. I should grab it.
Please be seated.
Thank you. I want to apply for this job. I'm very interested. I have many experience in this field, and I believe I can contribute to develop in any project. This is one of my previous work. As you can see, this design and project is all made by myself, from the development to finisher. To make a good and sustainable building, we must understand how the beam and material to work perfectly. This is also one of my skills.
Wow, what a great achievement you have. You deserve this job. Please sign this agreement. Welcome to the industry, Miss Rania. I'm looking forward to your contributions.
Oh no!
Let me help you.
I think it's the time of the month. Let me check my account bank. What? Only this much. Only a M500. This is not what I remember in the advertiser flyer. This is not right. I should call my manager. Hello, manager. I want to talk regarding my payment. Why am only receiving a M500? I supposed to get 1,500 Malaysian ringgits. We signed the agreement. This is unacceptable. I want the rest of my payment now. I don't want any excuse.
Apparently we need to deduct your salary because of some mistake that caused by you.
What kind of mistake do you mean? You never informed me about any deductions or issues during the project. You waited until the job was done and then just decided to cut my payment.
Excuse me, watch your tone. Look, I'm the manager. I have the rights to adjust payment based on performance.
You can't do this without proper justification and written notice. This is so unprofessional. We made an agreement and you broke it. I will take legal action about these issues. See you at the court.
This case involves the plaintiff, who claims that the defendant has breached the contract regarding the failure to pay the promised salary. Plaintiff's counsel, please make your opening and provide details regarding this case.
Your Honor, we represent the plaintiff in this case. The plaintiff, who is a subcontractor, began working with the defendant, the construction manager, under an agreement to receive a salary of 1,500 Malaysian ringgits as stated in an advertisement published by the defendant. However, when the salary was paid, plaintiff only received 500 Malaysian ringgits without any explanation or prior notice from the defendant. Therefore, we are bringing this case to court to seek justice for the plaintiff who has suffered loss and hardship due to the defendant's failure to honor the agreement.
Understood. Defendant's counsel, please provide a defense for the charges read out.
Your Honor, the defendant acknowledges that the salary promised to the plaintiff was not fully paid. However, we would like to inform the court that the defendant faced financial difficulties at the time, which prevented full payment. We will also demonstrate that the plaintiff failed to comply with certain contractual terms that were mutually agreed upon, which led the defendant to reduce the payment amount.
Thank you, defendant's counsel. We will evaluate all the evidence presented. Plaintiff's counsel, please proceed with your evidence presentation.
Your Honor, we have prepared evidence showing the advertisement published by the defendant which promised a salary of RM150. Here is a copy of the advertisement in question. Furthermore, we also have a copy of the agreement between the plaintiff and the defendant that clearly states the salary was to be RM150.
Your Honor, we would like to emphasize that unforeseen financial circumstances forced the defendant to reduce the payment. We will also present evidence showing that the plaintiff failed to meet several conditions in the contract that caused this situation to occur. We have evidence to demonstrate the obligations not fulfilled by the plaintiff.
Plaintiff, do you have any additional evidence or testimony regarding the unpaid salary?
Your Honor, my client only received RM50 out of the agreed amount without any explanation. I have complied with all the terms in the contract and the advertisement, but the defendant failed to fulfill the promise made.
After evaluating the evidence presented and hearing the arguments from both sides, the court finds that the defendant has breached the mutually agreed upon contract. The promised salary of RM1500 was not fully paid without any notice or reasonable explanation. Therefore, the court finds the defendant guilty of breaching the contract. In this case, the plaintiff is entitled to compensation for the loss caused by the defendant's breach of the contract. The court ordered the defendant to pay 1,000 Malaysian ringgits in addition to the RM500 paid earlier. This falls under Section 73, where the plaintiff can claim compensation for the non-performance of the defendant's obligations. The court's decision is final. The defendant is required to pay the stated amount within 30 days. Failure to do so will result in enforcement action.